It has been almost a week since the state's rent and mortgage assistance coronavirus program was created. Thousands of Iowans need the money, but are they all eligible to apply? And if not, then what help is there? Joining us now is Alex Cornia with Iowa Legal Aid. And Alex, thanks for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
Today, the Iowa Finance Authority told us that just 300 Iowans have applied for the financial assistance. We know it's going to be able to serve a lot more people than that. Does that number surprise you, and are there some reasons for it?
Yeah, it doesn't really surprise me for a few different reasons. One is that those who received the $600 per week supplement for pandemic unemployment compensation are not eligible. That program runs out at the end of July. And so we anticipate that a lot of those folks will become eligible at that time. Another reason why it doesn't necessarily surprise me is that for landlords who followed the law and waited until after the eviction moratorium imposed by the governor to start the eviction process, there's some things that have to happen before an eviction can actually be on file. And so really we expect the real spike in eviction filings to be mid-month. So starting maybe towards the end of this week throughout the following week. That would follow general patterns for the way that evictions are filed. Finally, some people are covered by the Federal CARES Act for eviction protections, and that means that they have additional protections until the end of July, throughout August, and potentially even later. Those people are kind of not at their moment of need yet. That includes tenants in all different manners of federally connected housing, which is a large number of people. So we're going to start seeing this come in different waves as all of these things come to fruition.
Yeah, so it is kind of it's a tricky sort of mix of programs that have to be navigated correctly by folks. I'm sure your phone lines are just jammed with people who are a little frightened in this time if they're on the edge. What kind of questions? What are their biggest concerns?
Well, the number one issue right now for callers, both to Iowa Legal Aid and also to the Iowa COVID-19 hotline, which is our partnership with the Iowa State Bar Association, Polk County Bar Association, the number one issue that people are concerned about right now is employment. 60% of the calls to the hotline, which is about 2,500 calls since its inception, have been about employment law issues. About 20% is housing, although that number is growing over time. But, really, to be honest with you, employment law issues and housing law issues, these are not separate issues. They're not things, I always say that our clients don't come to us with problems that are hermetically sealed from one another. They all inform each other. And a lot of times an eviction is simply symptomatic of some underlying issue, often these days, too often, employment issues.
Okay. We know that being educated, knowing what the laws are, is key for folks who are having these difficulties. And you guys have something called the People's Law School event coming up in the middle of June. Why is it important? Why do you think people should attend this?
Sure. So this is actually something that we are doing in partnership with the Iowa State Bar Association. The Iowa State Bar Association holds People's Law School events throughout the year. This will be the first COVID-specific People's Law School. It is meant for members of the general public to be able to get information about their rights and responsibilities. The June 16th event will be at 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. It will focus on employment law, housing, and a couple of other issues related to how people can navigate the current health and economic crisis. Information about how to register for the webinar. It is a webinar. It can be found at iowastatebar.org. Click on the People's Law School link under COVID-19 resources. It's a free event. If people want to send questions in advance, we will try to answer as many specific questions as possible, although we can't promise to answer them all. Questions can be sent to People's Law School at iowabar.org.
All right, a great event, and we know that a little bit of knowledge goes a long way when it comes to these issues. Alex Cornia with Iowa Legal Aid, we really appreciate you spending some time with us.
Thank you very much.